Hello everyone and welcome, it's Shanna, and I'm back again with Pink and Main's Card Cut Essential Dies Set 1 and 2, and I'm using the product from Kendra's full mystery kit that she sends to her Patreons, and we're going to make 3 cards today. And I just took 3 of those 6x6 panels and I die cut them out, and I'm showing you this die here has a nice little kind of zigzag cut that you can use and have some trim on there, and you can actually get 2 pieces out of it. I'm also showing you that the back of these dies have got some sample cards that you can use for your designs, some sketches. And in addition to that, I think there are 50 some other sketches that are available when you buy the set, when you buy the bundle. So I'm just pulling apart all of the pieces, and I've got 3 different pattern papers here that I have die cut out. My materials, and I'm just going to kind of put them in order by pattern, and then I'll just begin assembling my cards. So I'm just getting everything organized and lining everything up, and like I said, we're going to make 3 cards. So you can see all the different pieces. I mean, you can get a lot of cards. I can get a lot more than 3 cards out of this. I just, for the video's sake, decided that I would do 3. Now, these are some more of the pieces that came in the kit that Kendra sends out to her patrons each month that are at the VIP level Patreon group. I also brought in some Pink and Main premium cardstock, the sparkly green that I'm going to use. Now I'm just going to use this Pink and Main paper here to make my card base, and I'm just going to have a nice colored card base for a change. Normally I just use the white, but I decided that I would use that and just make a card with it. And I had this scrap here and from my previous video when I worked with this. I did a live with this, and I thought I'd go ahead and use this because I like to maximize my products. So I'm going to go ahead and use that, and then we'll start building our card, and we'll bring in the other elements. Now, I think I've decided to use the other side of it because I thought it would look nicer with that light green pattern paper that I had there. And so the good thing about the Pink and Main paper is both sides are fantastic, and you can choose to use whichever side you want. And I thought it complemented this green pattern very nicely. So we're going to bring in kind of that larger die cut piece and get it laid down on there. And I was just checking to make sure I've got my card base. Now I've made this a shaker, and you can see I've put some foam strips on the back of it. And I'm going to bring in this shaker mix that was included in that mystery kit from Kendra. And these are little pink trees, and I thought they'd be really cute on here. So I just kind of dump some in there, and I'm going to very carefully remove my backing strips to that so they don't bounce all over the place and get stuck to my adhesive. So that looks really cute. So we've got a real easy shaker window. I just took some plastic from my product and cut it down and put it around that square, and then put my foam strips on top of it, and then my bits in there, and you've got a real inexpensive way of making a shaker. And I think it turned out really cute. Now I'm just looking at the ephemera, and I don't use as much of this ephemera in this video as I should have because it's beautiful. So I'm sure I'm going to be bringing some more to my channel, and I'm just kind of sorting through here and trying to decide what I want to use. And I've landed on the Santa with the gifts, and then we've got the little trees and the little shaker box there. And I'm going to pop up one side of him because I'm going to have him hanging off that shaker box. Now I'm just going to add some foam dimension to one side, and then I'll add some adhesive to the other side. Since we've got a couple of layers there that I'm going across, I want to just make sure I get it good and level. And I actually needed to add some more, so I tucked some more in there. And I'm going to add some of these embellishments, and these were part of the kit as well. And we'll just get them laid down on the top there. And then next I'll need to come up with a sentiment. And there were also some sentiments included in there that were real colorful, and I'm just going to grab one of those. I took my scissors and cut it down, and then I grabbed some scrap pink paper that I had, and I'm going to layer it up just so it won't get lost on all that pattern paper, and kind of bring some more pink back into the card. And it was kind of uneven how I cut it, so I'm just going to cut it with my scissors and try and line it up. And my scissors are really sticky. I need to clean them. I used those with something that I shouldn't have, and now they're sticky. So we'll just bring in some glue and we'll get it laid down on there, and that'll finish up our first card. And I think it's super cute. I really like the soft colors of that. Really pretty. Now we're going to go on to our second one, and we're going to use the dies that were included in that kit. And they're just some cute little ornament dies. And I used some of the hot pink paper or dark pink paper to die cut them out. And they're just plain. And so I thought I'd bring in this little stencil that has little circles on there and just some deep red, and add just some decoration to our ornaments. And so I'll just turn my stencil around and stencil on each ornament and add a little bit of flair to it. And it probably could have looked cute with some white ink as well. I think I might have liked it. Might have popped a little bit more if I'd have done white ink on it. So we've got those all stenciled and ready to go. And so we'll bring in our card elements. I had a scrap piece of that green, and you know me, I like to use up all my scraps. I had die cut, I don't know, something out of the center of it. I needed a die cut, and I didn't want to waste the paper, that panel, so I just took it right out of the center, knowing that I could use it later. And I've got my pink, and I'm going to layer it up. And it's the same color pink as my ornaments. That way we have some cohesiveness there. And then I'm taking the centers that popped out of one of those frames, and I dropped one on the floor, and there were actually 4 of them, so I know I had one in the pile there, and I didn't, because I couldn't locate it on the floor. I'm not sure if it fell in my trash can or what, but anyway, so I'm going to take this longer strip and lay it along the bottom, and that's where we're going to put our sentiment. And I'm going to kind of do things out of order compared to how I normally do it. I'm going to get my sentiment on a backer, a lighter pink, and then we'll lay it down, and then we'll bring in our other elements. I usually put the cinnamon on last, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I wanted to get that panel laid down on there first so that I could position my squares evenly and have a nice little border around there. So that's why I kind of did it that way. And I like the soft colors of this palette, this paper pack that this came from. And I will link materials in the description box below so you can check it out. Definitely the dies. These dies were made by Kendra from Kendra's Card, or designed by Kendra from Kendra's Card Challenge. They were made by Pink and Main, but Kendra designed them, and it has her name on the back of them. And I'm just going to position each of these ornaments on these squares in a manner in which they'll fit. So I'm tilting that longest one, and then I'll hang this one straight up and down, and I'll tilt the other one, and we'll get them laid down. And I've got to say, I'm making good progress on my Christmas cards, so I'm really excited. So I'm going to bring in some of the enamel dots that were included in the kit from Kendra, and we'll get them laid down. I'm going to position 3 of the blue ones on the top. And I chose the blue because we have some blue in that sentiment, and I thought it would just kind of help tie everything in together. And then put 2 here on the bottom, and this will finish off this card, and then we'll move right on to our third card. Oh, I've got to put the backer on there. Again, I did things out of order. I didn't have a card base made, so I went ahead and made the panel, and then I made some card bases off camera and laid it down. And it turned out really cute. Now we're going to do one more. And for this one, I had my card base. I'm bringing in that Pink and Main metallic or shimmery cardstock. And it's a rich green, Christmassy color, and we're gonna build our card on this, and we're gonna bring in that one of those 4 panel shaker windows, and I've got my acetate or my packaging already on there, and I've got it I've got foam dimension on there, And I've chosen some different shaker bits to go in here. Some of them are kind of like, almost like foil. And then I've got some shaker balls, and I'm just going to dump them in each of the windows. And I've got each panel sectioned off. And I kind of get a little messy with my foam, pulling my foam backer strips off, and some of them, I get a couple of them that bounce around, but it still works out okay. And I had overlapped some of them, so some of them were kind of a little bit of a stinker to get out of there. But I get them out. So this kind of brings in the red and the green with the pattern paper, and I think you can get away with it. And there was some red included in the kit, so I wanted to use it. Now I'm going to use my bone folder to press it down real good to make sure it's good and tight so that my shaker balls don't escape. And I've got a little bit of acetate hanging off there, and I'm going to try to trim it up and get it out of there. And then we'll put some glue on here, and we'll get this laid down on our card base. Trying to get it lined up, and it does move on me a couple times, and I have to keep rearranging it. See, I slid it again there, and when I come back to it, I'm going to realize, wow, that's really crooked. And fortunately, with the metallic, I was able to move it. And then I'm going to bring in one of the squares that I die cut out from it and just lay it in the center there for kind of like a focal point, because I thought it was just kind of bland with just the shaker bits in there, and I thought this would kind of jazz it up a little bit. We'll lay this strip down here, and then we've got a place for our sentiment to rest. And I've got I think that's a foiled Noel that I'm laying down there. And then I decide I need a little bit more color on that center point, and so I'm going to grab those dies, take that red paper, that cardstock that was included in the kit, go to my die cutting machine, die cut out all of those, and I'm going to use 3 of them and kind of cluster them together on this diagonal square that I've got there. And I'll take some string and loop it through there, and then add some glue on the bottom of it, and then just press it down, and we've got a little focal point there. So here's my finished cards. I hope you like them. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.